topic for the day, it is called gossip, slander, defamation of character. If you look hard enough, you're going to find something unsavory about anyone that you have any doubt about. If you dig deep enough, you're going to find something unpleasant, unkind, shameful. You can find everything ugly that you want to find out about anyone that on this earth. But if you don't ask that individual exactly what happened, then you're the one that's ignorant. And I myself know all about this because I used to have a Google My Business page, and there were a handful of people that I absolutely would not grant access to my energy to. So for my own personal safety and reasons, I would decline the appointment, decline the person for being disrespectful or potentially a threat or a danger to myself and my two cuddly pets. And I'll give you one example. This really strange guy by the name of Temarkus Washington contacted me about 2 years ago when I was living in a very old walk-up apartment. I took over somebody's sublease, and at the time, I took it over because I loved Lakeview. I thought Lakeview was a fun area to live in, and I didn't think much of it, but unfortunately there was no elevator. There was no working elevator in the building. And so this guy contacted me. Again, I'm going to repeat the name so you can look it up for yourself. So according to Google, Temarkus Washington was basically, I guess he was, he got in trouble as a kid, and he ended up going to like a detention center for children who are too old to be tried as adults. And I didn't know it at the time, but he contacted me out of the blue, and he had questions about my Tantra services. And I guess he wasn't emotionally ready to try a tantric massage with me. So then he asked me if there are any other sessions we could enjoy together, and I said Reiki is something that's very affordable, and it includes sound healing and chakra balancing and reflexology of the hands and feet. And then he started getting really paranoid, and he said, well, you're not going to steal my energy from me, are you? And I'm like thinking that this guy had no clue what energy work was or the definition of Reiki. Reiki isn't something that I take from someone's body. Reiki is about helping someone activate the energy that is dormant within them just by being a vessel. So I, as a vessel, call upon universal chi, pranic energy that's in the universe, and then I serve as a vessel pulling in that energy and then helping the person move energy throughout their body, but I am not like siphoning off energy from that person. That would be a parasitic vampire, which I'm not. And anyway, so I did warn him that I have a pet-friendly household. Pet-friendly means there's going to be fur on the floor occasionally. Pets shed, humans shed, I shed. I've got white hair that sheds. There's going to be a little bit of fur in your apartment, no matter how diligently you clean. So he surprised me. He didn't give me much notice. He got there a little bit early. I didn't have time to throw on sheets anywhere. And when he comes in, he was terrified of my cat, and he was very rude, and he demanded that I put my cat in the other room. And I was almost afraid, to be honest with you, that this guy was going to actually hurt and kick my cat. And he started pacing up and down my small studio apartment, going from the kitchen to the living area and making sure that we were the only ones in there. And he had spent about 20 to 30 minutes very nervous and asking me questions. And I said, I understand that you're afraid of my cat, so let's just cancel the session. And he wanted his $40 deposit back. And I said, well, considering that you spent a lot of time in my apartment and you've been asking me questions for like the past 2 hours via text message, via email, via in person, and over the phone, no, I don't agree to give you $40 back. So to get revenge on me, he posted a very inaccurate description of who I am as a human being. I am a human being with feelings, and I have the right, I have an absolute right to turn away anyone who poses a threat to me, physically, emotionally, to me and my beautiful pets, because I am not going to be locking up a dog and a cat in the next room and potentially have someone hurt me in my own home. He was very erratic. He didn't make any sense. And so he decided to get even with me by posting that my place was dangerous and that my environment was filthy. No, I had spent a lot of time cleaning everything. I'm kind of OCD when it comes to stuff like that. And so he decided that it's okay to defame and slander me online. And so I'm just saying that as an example, before you read like any kind of review at all, I would suggest you contact the person first and ask them what happened, what transpired that made that individual so angry that they wrote that review about you. That's all you have to do. You should probably just ask the person and say, I noticed that you have a few 1-star reviews on Google. Can we go over them? And I have a photographic memory. Fortunately for me, I do have a very photographic memory, and I remember every little detail. I know exactly who Temarkus Washington is. He's extremely skinny. He's African American. He's got like this opinion that only his time matters to him, and that it's perfectly okay to write nasty reviews about people that are not true, and that's not the case. Anyway, hope everyone has a great day. I just had to get this off my chest, and I'm going to be posting this to my social media accounts. Cheers!